once you're that's why, and I like when Precious brought it up, is that's why we're all fucked up, because once you abuse what was sacred for a constitution of a marriage under God, it can get out of hand. It's just like a drug, which people are treating like a drug. It's a girl who had a video where she said her husband picked her based on how well she sucked dick. That's true. She don't even realize that that's traumatic. So I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of ways that we respond, and the truth of the matter is, in this year and today, most of us are in this dating world even having this conversation because our generation and our culture specifically has been through trauma, and we don't know what the fuck we talking about or doing. We just out here figuring it out like everybody else.
And just so y'all know, sex and drugs affects the dopaminergic parts of your brain the same way. So yeah.
All right, hold on, Lady Dad, before you go, because we're about to ready to wrap up. We're gonna go to Lady Dad. This is like final thoughts to the people that I named, so make sure nobody else come back with nothing. Lady Dad, give us final thoughts. We'll go to Ali, Precious, and then if anybody else want to add anything, Bruce, if you want to add something, you can too. I know you've been pretty quiet over there, so go ahead, Lady Dad. Then we'll go to Ali.
So I was gonna say with this trauma thing, I believe that a lot of us suffer from trauma because, let's say some of our parents were very lazy, right? Raising us. They believe that, okay, well, I don't want this to happen to her or him because this happened to me. So let me not even teach them anything. Let me, let them do what they want to do. Let me have the TV do what they want to do. I'm going to go be busy working and all this type of stuff. I'm not going to put into my child. A lot of kids suffer from trauma because of those things. And I'll just use an example of just something simple. If you guys have seen it, think of like, you ever met a person that was half, let's say, Spanish, right? But they don't even know how to speak it. They don't know how to speak their language because their parent didn't teach them the language. And they come from this, Puerto Rican or whatever place they come from where they should be able to learn that language, right? They have kids and they don't want to teach them anything. They don't want to give them tradition or something authentic. They're like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I don't feel like it. They're not going to understand. That's a way of laziness to me when it comes to how some parenting is. So as far as like what Lucky said, there are people who don't tell their kids not to have sex. They're just like, don't get pregnant. Or, men just wrap up. How about let's not do none of that? I think, it's best for you to do it when you get married. Don't do all these things because you're going to regret it at the end. No one, and from my experience and just watching, I don't see many parents saying that. And for the parents that do say it, I've seen kids that actually listen to it and they don't do it and they do wait to marriage. So I think that parents have a strong way of getting their kids to be in line. It's just that a lot of us don't really have that great upbringing. And we have a lot of toxic parents that teach toxic things and then we end up toxic. So I think all of that is just laziness to me. I think, we all have to do better as people just to kind of teach our kids the right thing and not, oh, well, I don't want to do that and do this and I ain't got time. Make time for your kids because then you're going to be mad because you ain't got no grandkids or whatever the case is. Make time to teach your children right. And instead of having them out here fending for themselves, it's supposed to be the elder teaching us, right? We trying to teach. But then where are our elders teaching us what the right thing to do? I don't really see that no more. A lot of our grandparents and all of that type of stuff, they're not doing what they're supposed to do as a community. It's like lost. And I think we should try to get it back together somehow and just have more conversations like this to kind of bring it out. And then we could talk to our family and be like, hey, talk to our parents. Well, how was your upbringing? Look at our parents' trauma and see why are they the way they are and kind of get more understanding. So.
Go ahead, Ali.
I don't want to take away from it's something I wanted to address that I just don't how men see sex, how women see sex, but I think what Lady Di, like you said, things that I don't want to take away from just to make a point about something else. So I'm just gonna go off of what they said. I think it was very important what they said. It was good. So I'm just letting them ride.
Okay. I go ahead, Precious.
With the trauma talk tonight, I believe, if we were built to suffer, we need to learn how to suffer. If we're built for this, if this is what we're going to be going through in life, don't just take it as something that's happening to you. A lot of things happen for us for a reason, and we don't realize what that reason is because a lot of people don't dig deep to figure out why they are suffering or why they are choosing what they are choosing. And I think once we start doing that, once we're being honest with ourselves, being real with ourselves, is when, you know, we don't have to feel like we're actually suffering through life. You know, we know how to get through it. We know how to manage it and manage our emotions. So I think that's where we want to get, you know, as a people, being able to just manage, being good stewards over our own lives.
All right, Bruiser, you want to add something in? You don't have to, but just want to make sure.
No, I just have since I've been talking with you all, and I'll be learning a lot from everybody, man, especially Anton Daniels. It kind of give me a whole different mindset on how I think about how we deal with women today, especially if we talk about them from time to time. And we have a community that wants a particular person that wants to go out and have sex, and then we can't agree that actually doing that as a man is a detriment whenever you're not doing it on the purpose of marrying this woman. And then we go and have a whole nother topic where we can go ahead and say they ain't shit, or they're 3 or 4. It just kind of make me think, like, do we hate our women? You get what I'm saying? We really gotta understand this thing here. You know, we can dish it out, but we gotta understand that if we're going out there and breaking it off in them,
we can't turn around and blame them.
Yeah, do we really hate them? Like, because if we can all agree that it's a traumatic issue, and it like Anton said, it caused trauma bonding. Like, if you're going to go and participate in it, and you know for sure that you don't want to get married, you hate your women, you hate them.
I don't want to say that much, like, because you what? No, okay,
well, it's going to be a part of their demise in the future as they move forward past you.
All right.
What benefit are you giving them? Just experience to be able to get married, like somebody said, the other girl, because she could suck head so much. It probably was your dick she was sucking, Mr. Lego. That's probably why she got married. Because you taught her how to suck dick so good.
Yo,
she got married. That shit is not gonna happen for everybody, bro.
Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah. Sheba, you got any final thoughts? Anything you want to say?
I just think this was one of the most positive conversations.
Yes.
That we've had. I mean, kudos to everybody that brought it tonight. This is very productive. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. And I held us in here. Anton was trying to pull us out of this. I just remember that. I got into it with Anton. I'm like, no, bro, no, stop. And we stayed in it.